This is a video for how to judge a poetry interpretation event in a forensics tournament. As some background, these videos are for an advanced forensics course where we were given an assignment that we had to contribute to some forensics pedagogy in some way. I've decided to create videos offering tips on how to judge each individual event for those who have never judged a tournament before. And this is a problem within the forensics community, as often we have judges who have never seen forensics events before, speech and debate events, and so this will just give some very brief and basic ways on how to judge each separate event. The purpose of these videos is to help to create an awareness for those who haven't judged a forensics tournament before. The event that today we are going to talk about is called poetry. Now, the American Forensics Association describes poetry as a selection or selections of poetry of literary merit which may be drawn from more than one source. A primary focus of this event should be on the development of language. Play cuttings and prose works are prohibited. A time limit is 10 minutes, and a use of manuscript is required. The structure of poetry is as follows. There will be a teaser. In poetry interpretation, a performer can choose to use multiple poems or one long poem, and this will become immediately clear in their teaser. They will tell you this in the introduction. That will become clear in the teaser if you're looking for it. If a performer uses multiple page turns from the manuscript they're using, as well as like different characters, vocal tones, physical body language, it'll probably be that they're using multiple pieces of lit. But once they close their book and go into their introduction, they will give a brief introduction on the relevancy of the topic, generally giving some sources about why we should pay attention about this topic, before giving the judge an oral list of titles and authors. And they can use anywhere from 1 to 10 poems, however many poems they want to use. And then they'll reopen their book and go into the rest of their piece. When the performer is done, you can stop time and clap along with the rest of the room. Now for ballot writing. Ballots are for obviously giving thoughtful critiques so that the competitor will get a chance to look at them when the tournament is over and hopefully help to improve their performance. Just a couple of things within ballot writing. You should never leave a ballot blank, especially for a low rank. Write why you didn't choose to give them a 1. You're just going to go and write down maybe that the one person who had the 1 had a better argumentation, or the piece arguments and they flowed really well together. Just things such as that nature. Now, secondly, you can comment on anything in a performance, such as gestures, articulation, use of space, vocal tone, and emotional variety, as long as you tell them why you felt that way. Always write down why. If you tell someone that you felt that their vocal tone was really monosyllabic and that it was just like a monotone, and to really vary it up a bit so that you can keep the audience engaged. That gives an example of why you've noticed what was wrong and then why you felt that way, and how they can fix it so that they can move forward and hopefully be better. Now moving on to RFD, which is essentially what you put at the end of your ballot. Some ballots will have RFD already written on there and you just have to put your reason, but it stands for a reason for decision. It means essentially that you need to give a reason for your decision so that the competitor can hope to improve. It's a nice way to end your ballot, but it ultimately also helps them out in the end. As a quick little ending note, if you are ever confused on events, you can always ask the ballot table or competitors to explain an event to you. Forensics kids are very polite and helpful, especially to their judges. You will have absolutely no problem if you can just ask them and they'll explain it to you, and that'll work out perfectly. Just lastly, today I wanted to wish you good luck and thank you so much for judging. Like I said before, so often we have judges within our community who have never seen speech and debate before. So these videos were meant to just give you a brief sort of base for how you can help judge a tournament so that you can understand what's going on. Just as some quick little norms that speech kids might do that you might be like, I don't know what's happening. The first thing is being double entered. When a competitor first walks into a room to sign in, they will put their code that they are identified at the tournament and then their name on the board, as well as they might put if they're double entered. And double entered means that they are entered in a different event in the same pattern other than just the round that you are judging. These competitors should be allowed to go first, and once they are done speaking, they will ask to be excused, and you should go ahead and excuse them. It's just because they have to get to another round, and you should let them go as soon as possible. But you need not wait for people if they're not all signed in right away, because what's most important is that you start the tournament on time. As soon as you get to your room and you have your ballot, it doesn't matter if not everyone is signed in, because competitors will come and go as they need to. And that's the rest of it. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful time judging.